My name is Elena Rodriguez. I am 29 years old, and I have been an elementary school teacher for 7 years. I teach second grade. I spend my days with 28 7-year-olds who believe in magic, who ask impossible questions, who trust me completely. They trust me to keep them safe, to protect them, to show up when they need me. And I do. Every single day. I show up. I wish I could say the same about my family. I have one daughter. Her name is Hannah, and she is 11 years old. She has dark hair that curls when it is humid, brown eyes that see everything, and a quiet strength that breaks my heart sometimes because I know where it comes from. She learned to be strong because she had to be. She learned to take care of herself because the people who were supposed to take care of her did not. I got pregnant with Hannah when I was 18. Her father was my high school boyfriend. We had been together for 2 years. We talked about the future. We made plans. Then I got pregnant, and he disappeared. Blocked my number. Moved to another state. I never heard from him again. My parents were furious. They said I had ruined my life. They said I had thrown away my future. They said I was stupid and careless and irresponsible. But they also said they would help me. They said family takes care of family. They said I could live with them until I got back on my feet. So I did. I moved back into my childhood bedroom. I gave birth to Hannah in the same hospital where I was born. I enrolled in community college. I worked part-time at a grocery store. I took care of my daughter. I built a life. My parents helped. Sort of. They babysat sometimes. They bought diapers occasionally. They let us live there rent-free. But they also reminded me constantly that they were doing me a favor. That I owed them. That I should be grateful. That without them, I would have nothing. I was grateful. I was so grateful that I spent the next 11 years trying to pay them back. When Hannah was 2, I paid for my father's truck repair. $2,000. When she was 4, I paid off my mother's credit card debt. $5,000. When she was 6, I paid for new appliances when theirs broke. $4,000. When she was 8, I paid for a new roof. $12,000. And when Hannah was 9, I saved their house. My parents had refinanced their mortgage 3 times. They had taken out home equity loans. They had racked up debt they could not pay. The bank was going to foreclose. They were going to lose the house. They came to me crying. They said they did not know what to do. They said they needed help. I had been saving. I had been working 2 jobs for years. Teaching during the day. Tutoring at night. I had built up a decent amount in savings. Not enough to buy my own place. But enough to help them. I made them an offer. I would pay off their debt. I would buy the house from them. I would take over the mortgage. They could live there rent-free. They would never have to worry about losing it again. But the house would be in my name. Legally. Officially. Mine. They agreed. I transferred $32,000 to pay off their debts. I took out a mortgage in my name for the remaining balance. I hired a lawyer. I made sure all the paperwork was in order. The deed was transferred to me. The house was mine. I told them Hannah and I would keep living there. We would all live together. It was a big house. 4 bedrooms. Plenty of space. We would be a family. They said that sounded perfect. For 2 years, it was fine. We had our routines. Hannah and I had our own space. My parents had theirs. We ate dinner together sometimes. We watched TV. We coexisted. It was not perfect. But it worked. Then 3 months ago, everything changed. My mother started making comments. Small things. Little digs. About how Hannah was getting older. About how she was taking up more space. About how she was loud. About how she left her things everywhere. About how she was always in the way. I tried to address it. I asked Hannah to be more careful about cleaning up. I asked her to be quieter. I tried to smooth things over. But the comments kept coming. Then my father started joining in. He said Hannah was disrespectful. He said she did not listen. He said she talked back. None of it was true. Hannah was quiet. She was polite. She kept to herself. But they had decided she was a problem, and nothing I said changed their minds. 2 months ago, My mother said we needed to have a family meeting. I thought she wanted to talk about chores or schedules or something reasonable. I was wrong. She said that she and my father had been talking. They said that Hannah and I had been living there for too long. They said we needed to start looking for our own place. They said it was time for us to move out. I stared at her. This is my house. Legally, yes. But it is still our home. I bought this house. I saved you from foreclosure. I have been paying the mortgage for 2 years. And we appreciate that. But we think it is time for you to move on. We need our space back. Our space? You mean the space I gave you? Elena, do not be difficult. We are not kicking you out. We are just asking you to start looking for somewhere else to live. Give it a few months. Start saving. Find an apartment. And then what? You stay here? In my house. It is our home. We have lived here for 35 years. And I own it. On paper. But emotionally, it is ours. You have to understand that. I did not understand that. I did not understand any of it. But I also did not want to fight. So I said I would think about it. I said we would talk about it later. I said we would figure something out. But I did not start looking for an apartment. I did not start saving. I just kept going. Kept working. Kept hoping they would drop it. They did not drop it. 1 month ago, my mother brought it up again. She said they had been patient. She said I had had enough time. She said we needed to be out by the end of the year. I said no. I said this was my house. I said I was not leaving. She said, then we will make you leave. I thought she was bluffing. I thought she was just angry. I thought she would calm down and we would work it out. I was wrong. 2 weeks ago, on a Tuesday, I was at work. I was teaching. It was a normal day. Reading lessons. Math worksheets. Spelling tests. I had my phone on silent in my desk drawer. I did not check it until lunch. When I finally looked at it, I had 16 missed calls. All from Hannah. And 7 voicemails. I listened to the first one. Her voice was small. Scared. Mom, I came home from school and the door is locked. I do not have my key. Can you come let me in? The second one. Mom, I have been knocking but no one is answering. I do not know where Grandma and Grandpa are. Can you call me? The third one. Mom, it is starting to rain. I am getting wet. Please call me back. The fourth one. Mom, I am really cold. I do not know what to do. The fifth one. She was crying. Mom, please. I am so cold. I do not understand what is happening. The sixth one. Her voice was shaking. Mom, I have been out here for 3 hours. I am soaking wet. My phone is almost dead. Please come get me. The seventh one. Barely a whisper. Mom, I am scared. I ran. I left my classroom. I left my students with the teacher next door. I got in my car. I drove. I called Hannah. She answered on the first ring. Mom? Baby, I am coming. I am coming right now. Are you still outside? Yes. Where are you? On the porch. I have been sitting by the door. Is anyone home? I do not know. I keep knocking but no one answers. I called Grandma but she did not pick up. Okay. Stay on the phone with me. I will be there in 15 minutes. Okay. I could hear her teeth chattering. I could hear the rain. I could hear the fear in her voice. Talk to me, baby. Tell me about your day. She tried. She told me about math class. About lunch. About gym. Her voice kept breaking. She kept stopping to catch her breath. She was freezing. I drove faster. When I got there, I saw her immediately. She was sitting on the porch steps. She was soaking wet. Her hair was plastered to her head. Her clothes were clinging to her body. Her backpack was next to her, soaked through. Her lips were blue. She was shivering so hard her whole body was shaking. I ran to her. I pulled her up. I wrapped my arms around her. She was so cold. So cold. I am here. I am here. You are okay. Mom, why would not they let me in? I do not know, baby. But we are going to find out. I tried the door. It was locked. I pulled out my key. It did not work. I tried again. Nothing. The lock had been changed. I pounded on the door. Mom. Dad. Open the door. Nothing. I pounded again. I know you are in there. Open the door. After a full minute, I heard footsteps. The door opened. My mother stood there. She looked calm. Unbothered. She was holding a cup of tea. What are you doing here? You are supposed to be at work. I stared at her. You changed the locks. Yes. Hannah has been standing out here for 5 hours. Has it been that long? Time flies. She is soaking wet. She is freezing. Why did you not let her in? Because she does not live here anymore. What are you talking about? We told you. We need you to move out. You were not taking us seriously. So we decided to take matters into our own hands. We changed the locks. You cannot come in. This is my house. It is our home. I own it. We live in it. You cannot lock us out of my own house. We just did. Hannah was standing next to me. She was shaking, crying, trying to understand what was happening. Let us in so I can get her dry clothes. No. She is 11 years old. She has been outside in the rain for 5 hours. She needs dry clothes. You can take her somewhere else. But you are not coming in here. All of our things are in there. You can come back for them another time. When you have found somewhere else to live. I am not going anywhere. This is my house. I own it. If anyone is leaving, it is you. My mother smiled. It was not a kind smile. Good luck with that. We have lived here for 35 years. You think a judge is going to kick out 2 senior citizens because their daughter bought the house? You think anyone is going to side with you? A judge is going to side with the person whose name is on the deed. Which is me. We will see about that. She closed the door. I heard the lock click. I stood there. Hannah was crying. I was shaking. Not from cold. From rage. Come on, baby. Let us go. I took her to a hotel. I got her out of her wet clothes. I wrapped her in blankets. I made her drink hot chocolate. I held her until she stopped shaking. Then I called my lawyer. His name was Marcus. I had used him when I bought the house. He was good. He was thorough. He did not mess around. Marcus, I need to file an eviction. Okay. Who are you evicting? My parents. There was a pause. Your parents. From the house you own. Yes. What happened? I told him everything. The demand that we move out. The changed locks. Hannah standing in the rain. My mother refusing to let us in. Marcus was quiet for a long time. Then he said, that is illegal. What they did is illegal. You own the house. They are tenants. They cannot change the locks without your permission. They cannot lock you out. They especially cannot lock out a child. Can we file an eviction? We can do better than that. We can file an emergency eviction. And we can file a police report for child endangerment. How fast can we do this? I can have the paperwork filed by tomorrow morning. Emergency eviction usually takes about a week to process. But given the circumstances, given that they locked out a minor in dangerous weather, I think we can expedite it. Do it. He did. The next morning, I went to the police station. I filed a report. I told them what happened. They took my statement. They took photos of Hannah in her wet clothes from the day before. They documented everything. They said they would investigate. At the same time, Marcus filed the emergency eviction. He included documentation, photos, the deed showing I owned the house, the police report, Hannah's medical records showing she had been treated for mild hypothermia at an urgent care clinic. Everything. The judge approved the eviction in 4 days. Emergency order. My parents had 72 hours to vacate the property. Marcus called to tell me. They are being served with papers this afternoon. They have to be out by Friday at 5 p.m. If they are not out, the sheriff will remove them. What if they refuse? Then they will be arrested for trespassing. On your property. Good. That afternoon, a sheriff's deputy went to the house to serve the papers. I was not there. I did not want to be. But Marcus called me afterward to tell me how it went. He said my parents had been shocked. They had refused to accept the papers. They had said it was not legal. They had said I could not do this. The deputy had explained that I could. That I owned the house. That they were tenants. That they had broken the law by changing the locks and locking out a minor. That they had 72 hours to leave or they would be forcibly removed. My mother had started crying. My father had started yelling. The deputy had told them to call a lawyer if they had questions. Then he left. 10 minutes later, my mother called me. I did not answer. She left a voicemail. Elena, what are you doing? This is insane. You cannot kick us out. This is our home. We have lived here for 35 years. Where are we supposed to go? Please call me back. We need to talk about this. This is not how family treats each other. I did not call back. My father called next. I did not answer. He left a voicemail too. You are making the biggest mistake of your life. You think you can do this? You think you can just throw us out on the street? You are destroying this family. Over what? Because Hannah got a little wet? She is fine. You are blowing this completely out of proportion. You need to call off the eviction. Right now. Before you do something you cannot take back. I did not call back. That night, my mother sent me a text. Please. We are begging you. Do not do this. We are sorry. We made a mistake. We will let you back in the house. We will give you back your key. Just call off the eviction. Please. I did not respond. The next day, they hired a lawyer. Their lawyer called Marcus. Marcus called me. Their lawyer wants to negotiate. No. He is offering to have them pay rent going forward. He is offering to sign a formal lease. He is saying they will recognize you as the owner and them as tenants. They are willing to put it all in writing. I do not care. I want them out. Elena, are you sure? If you evict them, you are burning that bridge permanently. They burned it when they locked my daughter out in the rain for 5 hours. Okay. I will let him know. Tell him they have until Friday at 5 p.m. Not 1 minute longer. On Friday morning, I drove past the house. There was a moving truck in the driveway. My parents were loading boxes. My mother was crying. My father looked 20 years older. Neighbors were standing outside watching. I did not stop. I just kept driving. At 6 p.m., Marcus called. They are out. I just did a walkthrough with the sheriff. The house is empty. It is yours. Thank you. What are you going to do with it? I do not know yet. But it is mine. And they are never setting foot in it again. I did not hear from my parents for 2 weeks. Then my mother sent me a letter. It was 3 pages. Handwritten. It said they were staying with a friend. It said they were looking for an apartment but everything was too expensive. It said they were struggling. It said they did not understand why I had done this to them. It said they were sorry for what happened with Hannah but I had overreacted. It said they wanted to work things out. It said they still loved me. It said family was supposed to forgive. I read it once. Then I put it in a drawer. I did not respond. 3 weeks later, my father called. I answered. What do you want? We need to talk. No, we do not. Elena, please. Your mother is not doing well. She is depressed. She cries every day. We do not have anywhere to go. We are almost out of money. We need help. You needed help 2 years ago. I gave it to you. I saved your house. I paid your debts. I gave you a place to live rent-free. And you repaid me by locking my daughter out in the rain. We made a mistake. You made a choice. We were angry. We were frustrated. We were not thinking clearly. You watched us stand outside for 5 hours. You heard her knock. You heard her cry. You knew she was out there. And you did nothing. We thought she would figure it out. She is 11 years old. What was she supposed to figure out? That her own grandparents did not care if she froze. That is not fair. You know what is not fair? A child standing in the rain because the people who were supposed to protect her decided she was not worth protecting. Elena, we are your parents. And Hannah is my daughter. And I will always choose her. Every single time. What do you want from us? I do not want anything from you. I want you to leave us alone. For how long? Forever. You cannot mean that. I mean it completely. Elena. I hung up. I blocked his number. I blocked my mother's number. I blocked everyone who tried to reach out on their behalf. That was 6 months ago. My parents found an apartment eventually. A small one-bedroom 40 minutes away. They are both working part-time jobs. My father bags groceries. My mother works at a call center. They are struggling. I know this because my Aunt Linda told me. She said she ran into them at the store. She said they looked tired. She said they asked about me. She said they wanted to know if I would ever forgive them. I told Linda I did not care what they wanted. I still own the house. I have not decided what to do with it yet. For now, it sits empty. I pay the mortgage. I keep the lights on. I check on it once a week. Maybe I will rent it out eventually. Maybe I will sell it. Maybe I will just keep it. A reminder. A monument. A line drawn. Hannah and I live in a small apartment now. 2 bedrooms. Nice complex. Safe neighborhood. Good schools. It is ours. Just ours. No one can tell us to leave. No one can lock us out. No one can make us feel like we do not belong. Hannah is 11 years old. She is in 6th grade. She is on the honor roll. She is learning to play guitar. She is making new friends. She is smiling more. She does not flinch when it rains anymore. She does not panic when I am late picking her up from school. She is healing. Last week, we were driving past the old house. She looked at it as we passed. Then she said, "Do you ever miss it?" The house? Yeah. No. Do you? She thought about it. No. I like our apartment better. It is smaller. But it feels safer. Why? Because no one there hates me. My heart broke. Baby, they did not hate you. Then why did they lock me out? I did not have an answer. Not one that made sense. Not one that would help. I do not know. But it does not matter anymore. We do not need them. I know. I just wish they had been different. Me too. She was quiet for a while. Then she said, "Mom, thank you." For what? For choosing me. For not making me go back there. For protecting me. I reached over and took her hand. I will always protect you. Always. I know. And she did know. That is what matters. She knows now that she is worth protecting. She knows that she is worth choosing. She knows that when it came down to it, when I had to pick between her and them, I picked her. Without hesitation. Without regret. I think about that day sometimes. I think about the phone calls. The voicemails. Her voice getting smaller and smaller. I think about driving there and seeing her on those porch steps, soaking wet, shivering, scared. I think about my mother opening that door with a cup of tea in her hand, calm and unbothered, saying, "She does not live here anymore." And I think about the choice I made. To protect my daughter. To hold them accountable. To take back what was mine. To draw a line that could not be crossed. Some people said I went too far. Some people said I was cruel. Some people said they were my parents and I should forgive them. Some people said family is family. But family is not supposed to lock out children in the rain. Family is not supposed to watch a child suffer and do nothing. Family is not supposed to use love as a weapon and shelter as a bargaining chip. My parents thought they could control me. They thought that because I owed them, because I was grateful, because I was their daughter, I would let them do whatever they wanted. They thought they could push me. They thought they could hurt Hannah. They thought there would be no consequences. They were wrong. I do not regret what I did. I do not regret the eviction. I do not regret the police report. I do not regret cutting them out of our lives. Because when I look at Hannah now, when I see her healing, when I see her feeling safe, I know I made the right choice. She is my daughter. She is my family. She is my whole world. And anyone who cannot see that, anyone who cannot protect her the way she deserves, does not deserve to be in our lives. So, what do you think? Did I go too far, or just far enough? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more stories about mothers who chose their children over toxic families, do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I've got 2 more stories queued up for you, both about the moment we realized protecting our kids means walking away from the people who were supposed to love them. Click on whichever one calls to you. Until next time, remember, family is about who shows up, not who shows up in your DNA.